How are you feeling? John Riggs here with the complete Sega 32X guide from one Sean Long, who, by the way, the portmanteau of Sean Long is Schlong. I just wanted to let you know that off the record, and on the record for this matter. This is the official Jason design for this book, and it's a nice design. I'm a huge fan of the 32X. I don't have one. I had one in about 4 games, and I sold it for super cheap. But I still love the idea that instead of coming out with a new console to tide people over until the Saturn came out, I'd say, well, you already have a Genesis, but this will make games a little bit better, a little bit smoother, little something else to them. And what a fun idea! I'm really proud, and I shouldn't say anything bad about Sean Long. He's a buddy of mine. We both started YouTube at about the same time. We both went through the same kind of growth. Trials and tribulations. Let's try this. Let's try that. Oh, you're doing great here. You're doing great there. Gave each other shout outs and all that. My channel's coming along just fine. His channel, he went full time on his channel, so it's taken off. I'm not going to do that on my channel, but I love seeing his success and where it brings him. And I'm happy to purchase this book. This was not he did not send me this. I am a paying customer. I purchased this through Wrestlemania Games because this one came with the autographed copy of it. That's right. I asked for his autograph copy. And we're going to see which autograph he says. Enjoy! SL RGT 85. I paid extra money for ink on paper for him to tell me to enjoy myself. And you know what? I'm going to do exactly that, my friend. I'm going to enjoy myself with this wonderful book. I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm not going to go through this word for word. But why a 32X book? Well, you'll have to find that out for yourself when you purchase this book. The link is in the description below. Purchase it through Wrestlemania. There's also a link to Amazon. It is my affiliate link, and it helps support the channel. We have this kind of paper, which is always weird. If I put my fingerprints on it, you can kind of see my fingerprint. That's not what this paper is for, by the way. but I do notice the kind of paper this is. My greasy fingers. I should have been eating potato chips before I did that. It's not coming out as well as I thought it would. A little bit about the history of the 32X, onto the Sega Saturn as well. The launch lineup came with Doom, Star Wars, and then Virtual Raid. This is a solid lineup. Are you kidding me? Because Doom was like the #1 thing at the time. It's like you don't have because I didn't have a PC good enough to play Doom. You could play it on a home console. You could never go wrong with anything Star Wars. And then Virtual Racing. Oh my god. The best. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. I'm a fan of Nintendo also, but I did have a lot of love for Genesis. Still do. Here's kind of the Tower of Power here. A little bit about the specs and the schematics. A little bit about the color palette. Yeah, this many colors on there, and then that many colors on there compared to the Genesis, compared to the 32X. A little bit more vibrant, a little bit more vivid, if you will. And the Sega Neptune, which never was. I would have loved this. Would have absolutely loved that. The Genesis that has the 32X capability built into it. There's the Tower of Power. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Somewhere in here there's a bunch of games. Here we go. Reviews. Not previews. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Not a huge lineup of games. But he painstakingly played every single one of them. Give you a little bio about it too. I like the layout. Nice, clean, simple. That's what I need. I like that the background looks like all, and the different categories have the different backgrounds. Oh, I love that. Good job on that. That's great. BC Racers, a game that I admittedly never even heard of. That's what I love about getting these video game books. I get them for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, whatever exists, man, I'm all about it. 32X, no different. Very first page into talking about the games, there's already a game I've never heard of. And the 32X library, not very big. From US Gold. Looks kind of cool. A little racing game, sure. Afterburner Complete. What many people say, if you like the Afterburner, the arcade game, might be the defining version for the 32X. I want to look into that. I was a huge fan of Blackthorn for the Super Nintendo. I bet it plays great on the 32X. There's Brutal. And Brutal came out during a time when a lot of people, sometimes you just gotta throw stuff up on the wall, see what sticks. And for a while there, Street Fighter 2 is what was selling, so there's so many Street Fighter 2 clones out there. And Brutal, it was okay. It was alright. I remember renting it once or twice. I think once, technically. Cosmic Carnage, another fighter. Dark Side. Love the name of that, Dark Side. Make you want to say Dark Side just by saying Dark Side. Did I say I was not going to go through every page of the book? Well, I might just. You have to get your own book, though. Nice pocket handy. Knuckles Chaotix. That's an exclusive that never came anywhere else except for right here on the 32X. And this one I remember just looked gorgeous. Calibri. Like it plays like a hummingbird or something like that. It's fantastic. Let's see, Pitfall. I'm just gonna go through a few of these here. Look at this. It's a Japanese exclusive. I don't know if I know how to play it, but something. I bet there's awesome music on it. I love anytime Space Harrier is available. Man, I love Space Harrier. I've always been a huge fan of Space Harrier. Shadow Squadron. That was one of the games I had for my 32X, and it was okay. It was like, it's like not Star Fox, but kind of like Star Fox, This one's always the sought after one too. Web of Fire. Spider-Man. Spider-Man should have been hyphenated, by the way. I'm not too late for that now, but Oh, it's hyphenated here. All right. So it's hyphenated here. Sean. It's all right. I'm sure nobody else noticed or cared. I love the box art for Tough Man Contest. Always a fun one. Tempo. That's another great game. Gotta check out some Tempo. Not a virtual fighter, virtual racing. Now this is a wrestling game I don't have in my wrestling game collection, and one I've always been interested to play, just to see how it compares to the other WWF Raw games. The WWF games are always I hit and miss, but I always liked them. And I liked this one a lot. The Wrestlemania Arcade game. I played a lot of this on the PlayStation 1. It's a much more it's an arcade game. Now these ones were interesting because you needed the 32X and the Sega CD to play Corpse Killer, Fahrenheit. Scottie Pippen had a game. That's a sign of the times right there. Scottie Pippen, he was like the #1 basketball player. He was the LeBron. I can't even say it. LeBron James. He was like the LeBron James of the early to mid '90s. I kept on wanting to say LeVar Burton. I was like, no, it's not LeVar Burton. I know I'm reading a book. All right. Now this would have been great. This X-Men game for the 32X, that would have been fantastic. Pinocchio, well, it came out for other platforms, but again. What are you going to do? Castlevania The Bloodletting. That's all we had. It could have been a Castlevania game for the 32X. Virtual Hamster. Yikes. Spot Goes to Hollywood. I have I have a repro of this. It says right here, that ROM remains undumped beyond that initial batch for the Expo. Well, I still have a copy of that from that Expo where I purchased that. It was a PRGE... 20... No, I think it was like the Cowlitz Gamers for Kids Expo. Maybe 2013, something like that. Something like that. Some Sega 32X memories. See some personalities down here. Maybe you recognize a couple of them. See Joe from GameSack, Modern Vintage Gaming, HE Retrovision. You don't see a John Riggs down here. The reason is, I don't have any Sega 32X memories. So, I didn't have anything to say. I could make something up, I guess. But this is cool though, because he actually got the director of marketing for Sega do a little talking there, and journalists and whatnot, some of his other buddies, some of those palios, some of those friendos. The Sega Lord, yeah. If anyone's gonna do one, Sega Lord for sure. And here's some great marketing. And then this is again another feature I love in these video game books is old school just advertising. Did a lot of great work in here. Great work, dude. Oh, man, look at that. 32 extra. Oh, Shawn Michaels in there. Play Raw like never before. No, you play it pretty much the same. I can have that shirt now. I think some people still do. Coming to the end here. And then at the very end, a little checklist. What do you got for your collection? Now, Sean does have a complete set. There's even the Japanese set there and the Brazilian set there. It's kind of cool. Made in Lexington, Kentucky. I can dig it. Oh, there you go. So you want yours? Link in the description below. And just like Sean says, enjoy. Thanks for watching.